A full trading plan using a London Killzone. That is exactly what we're going to talk about today. We are going to talk about two scenarios because there's two variables to it. First, we have an Asia expansion and we have an Asia consolidation. Both variables is exactly what we're going to go over. We're going to start off with the Asia expansion. So let me guide you through this price action right here. On EU, on the free weekly forecast, actually, we mentioned this fair value gap right there on EU. We came into it right there. Then if we drop down into the 4 hour on Wednesday, we had a bearish fair value gap right there. And we had this order block sitting right there. Now, what you might notice, this is the exact same setup as that we mentioned in the turtle soup video. The only thing different is the entry pattern. The only thing you are doing on the lower time frame is you are getting in sync with price on the higher time frame. That's all you're doing. The hard work is done on the higher time frame. So if we move from that premium array on the 4 hour, that order block, what is our target? Our target is this swing low on the 4 hour. That is your discount array. Premium array to discount array. So we dive into the 5 minute. And here we can see that Asia right there is already in the premium array and Asia already expands lower. Whenever this happens, that is perfectly fine. On your entry time frame right there, if Asia already has bearish fair value gaps, that is perfectly fine. So Asia right there is a bearish fair value gap right there, bearish fair value gaps right there going lower as well. And London opens up right there, right there. All I need to see in London is a new bearish fair value gap. Then I enter on the overlapping PD array right there. Where is my bearish fair value gap in London? Right there. Where's the overlapping PD array? It is right there. That right there is my entry. This is actually very similar to my own trading plan. Where would the stop loss go? Well, would the stop loss go above that high? No, it would not. Why not? Well, you have to take into account the time frames above it. Like we always mention, the time frame you are trading on needs to be in context of the time frame above it. 5 minute needs to be in context of the 15 minute. Is there something on the 15 minute, a fair value gap or whatever, hovering above that high? There's a 15 minute fair value gap sitting right there. And it's a 1 hour fair value gap as well. So does price have a reason to come back there? Yes, it has. So what would you do in that case? You cover these highs. Price has no reason to come back there, which on the 5 minutes is this intermediate term high right there. Now, what was your target again? It was that 4 hour low. So that right there is your target. A super nice little trade on a Thursday, a 1 to 3, perfect. And afterwards, you even have another entry because you have that re-entry right there. That is another entry. And now you can cover this new intermediate term high that is in the making right there, targeting the same exact low right there, which is an intermediate term low on the 5 minute time frame, which was just that simple 4 hour target. You might think, this is too simple. This is too easy. Can it be this simple? Yes, it can. This is all you need. This is your AMD, your Power 3, your Midnight Open, your New Week Opening Gap, your Enigma. Everything that you need is involved in just this simple trading plan. The only thing is, you are not paying attention to it and you don't need to. So this is the variation of the Asia expansion. Now let's go over the classic London setup. Just to give you some context, it's important to understand right here that on GU, we hadn't reached that high just yet, which was our draw on liquidity. So if we go into the 4 hour right there, and we look at this 4 hour fair value gap, that right there is a short opportunity until we reach that draw on liquidity, with the first target being that low, and then the second target, of course, being that draw on liquidity. This is actually a trade that a few members inside the money making team, inside the Discord, actually caught. So if we now go into the 5 minute time frame right there, London starts right here. Again, what do we need in London? We need bearish fair value gaps being created in London itself. When we come into that premium array again right there, we have that first bearish fair value gap and you wait for the second bearish fair value gap. So you have a first bearish fair value gap and you wait for a second one. We trade into the first one and then we have a second bearish fair value gap. That is again your ST model. Then that right there, that is your entry. Covering the intermediate term high, targeting what? Targeting the exact same target, that 4-hour swing low. That is already a 1 to 4. That is perfect. And this is where Asia is a consolidation. But again, Asia being a consolidation or an expansion is not even relevant. Of course, it's somewhat relevant, but this being a consolidation or an expansion is not a big deal. We have mechanical guidelines to getting involved right there. This is your London strategy. Again, your midnight open, your power of 3, your AMD, your macros, every fancy concept you need, your Reaper, whatever you want to call it. Everything is involved here, but you're not paying attention to it. And that is the beauty. You can do the exact same with daily PD rays. Only daily PD rays, you would not use the 5-minute entry time frame. You would go up in time frames. That is very important to understand. Now, this trading plan, particularly the London trading plan, I would advise to focus on Forex pairs. You can trade it for indices, but I will have a different trading strategy for indices as well. And if you're a New York trader, then I will also have a New York strategy. So follow along with the A to Z guide and those videos will come. No worries. Now, if you're interested in more of this and the exact mechanics behind it, then the mentorship might be something for you. Link is in the description or visit ario.io. And if you're not sure on how I developed this trading plan, then I would highly advise you to check out this video, which is another video in the A to Z guide, which will tell you everything you need to know. All right, perfect. Thank you.